Welcome to the 33 Secrets channel. Alright fellas, today we are talking about a female matchmaker who actually quit because she is claiming that women have just way too unrealistic expectations when it comes to men, dating, marriage. Basically, this female matchmaker is no longer wanting to matchmake and help women because she feels that their standards are way too high, way too delusional, and just way too unrealistic. Okay? And this woman is a female dating coach, female vlogger, looks like, and kind of like a life coach. So she is now refusing to help women find their mate just because she is tearing her eyes out trying to fulfill their needs. And this is a woman talking, right? This is a woman talking. And I will go ahead and include her link below in the description box if you want to watch the full video, okay? Because she actually did a video on this on YouTube, and it was more or less kind of like a rant where she just let it loose and just went off on women completely, like her female clients who've put just this enormous laundry list of expectations of what they're looking for in a man onto her, and she's like, I can't find you a guy like this, girl, right? I can't find you a guy like this when you look like that, when you act like that, when your SMV is down here. You can't get this type of guy. So she did a whole rant on this on the fact that she just wants to quit, right? She doesn't want to help women anymore, and her name is Rebecca Lynn Poe, and again, she's a female dating coach, vlogger, lifestyle coach. Again, I'll include the link below in the description box so you could watch the video yourself. I'm not going to play it here. I'm just going to go ahead and touch on the points that she touched on and give my feedback as a professional dating coach myself, an active pickup artist. I don't even like that term dating coach because really what I do is I pick up women, I do cold approach. I've been doing this for the past 3 decades, so I have actual in-field experience versus just writing books. I'm actually out there interacting with women, gaming women, so I have firsthand experience on what she is complaining about, you know, which is basically a very, very red pill perspective that she's giving. So what she is claiming in her video is that women just want like this perfect guy, right, to be like everything the girl's ever wanted and then some, and yet she's not bringing anything to the table. This just falls in line with how most women are today. Most women today are just way too entitled, way too narcissistic, and way too self-absorbed, where they feel like they just deserve the world, right? They deserve this high-value guy, even though they themselves are not high value, right? Most times, these type of women tend to be women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? They tend to be these single, damaged women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who never settle down. She rode the carousel throughout her 20s, and now that she's in her 30s, now that her SMV, basically her sexual marketplace value has dropped dramatically, now she's just looking for this guy that she can no longer get. And this is often why a lot of women who are still single in their 30s will often remain single well into her 40s, well into her 50s, and then some. And then the older she gets and the longer she stays single, the more angry she gets, the more hostile she gets, the more resentful she gets of men, right? And you'll notice this. I did a coaching video on this, talking about how as women get older, they become more masculine, right? They become more masculine. They start thinking like dudes, start sleeping around like dudes, start acting like dudes. They lose their ability to be feminine, right? And this just keeps them single even longer. Because most guys, no matter what age they are, right? Even guys in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, No guy wants a woman who is masculine, right? We want women who are feminine, women who smell good, women who have our backs, women who support us. We don't want a woman who's going to be in our ear yapping away, throwing hissy fits, breaking our balls every single day we come home from work. We don't want to hear it, right? We don't want a woman like that. This is why a lot of guys go for younger women. Besides the youth and fertility aspect, and besides the fact that younger women are obviously hotter, bodies are tighter, but they tend to be more feminine. They haven't been brainwashed by all that propaganda just yet, right? And you feel like as an older man, you can kind of go in and save them, you know, which you can. And this is a big reason why I date younger women myself, right? I get shit for that all the time. Why you date 20-year-old girls? What's wrong with you, Mr. Creepy Old Man? What's wrong with you? You know, and it's like, dude, they're way more feminine, okay? They're way more feminine. They're way easier to get along with. They're way more realistic also. They are way more realistic about the type of man they want and the type of man that they deserve. Okay, believe me, I have friends who are my own age that I grew up with, and sometimes we go out, sometimes we hang out, and I hear their wives in their ear. I see their wives giving them the death stare, like, honey, it's 9 o'clock. You know it's past my bedtime. It's time to go. You know, I see them doing that. Meanwhile, their wives are like, look at Matt, look at your friend here, still dating 20-year-olds, like he's still in high school or something. When is he gonna grow up? And I'm like, God, I'm not even married to that chick and I'm already annoyed. How do you stand that mouth? Right, so the type of women that this matchmaker is dealing with, I guarantee, are women above the age of 30. Still single, never been married, and could never hang on to a man. Surprise, surprise. Because most of these women who are still single into their 30s and beyond have that same problem. They just can't hang on to a man. Can't hang on to a man. Why? It's because they lack that femininity. They can't stop being hypergamous. They can't stop looking for the BBD. This is what this female matchmaker is talking about. She's talking about how these women have these crazy high expectations in a man, in a dating partner, in a husband. Yet, it's like, what about you, girl? What are you bringing to the table to get a guy like this? It's like, okay, you're not that great looking. You're kind of fat. You're kind of out of shape. You're getting older. Right? Your eggs are drying up. What are you bringing to the table? And on top of that, you've got a nasty attitude, girl. What have you got going for you? What have you got going for you? I get females who message me from time to time, believe it or not. We have some female followers on this channel. They support my work, and they ask like, hey, Matt, what can I do to keep my man? What can I do to keep him from leaving me? You know, I don't want him to leave me. And I'm like, girl, it's real simple. Just shut up once in a while. Just shut up, be supportive, act feminine, give him back massages when he doesn't ask for it, give him a little hand massage every once in a while, you know, rub his neck in the car while you're driving along with your man, just reach over, grab his neck, and just start rubbing it. Girl, he'll be like, whoa, where's this coming from? And rub it. And don't give him that 2-second bullshit massage that you girls give, and then it's like, oh, my hand is tired. No, keep your hand there and give him a full 20-minute massage, or until you get to your location, right? He'll be blown away. He'll be blown away. Plus, you don't give him yap. You're not all constantly in his ear. That guy won't go anywhere. He won't go anywhere. Trust me. He's not going to go anywhere. But for most women, just like this female matchmaker is talking about, most women aren't like that. Most women today, especially over the age of 30, which I'm assuming are most of the clients she's taking on, because that's generally the age where women have more money to spend on their dating life. She's basically complaining about how she cannot fulfill their insane, delusional, and overly entitled expectations in a man. Okay, she just can't. You guys who use these dating apps, just look, right? Just look at these women who are over 30 and beyond on these dating apps, right? Just look at their profiles. These chicks have a crazy laundry list of requirements before you even message them, right? Before you even message them. Some of you guys have forwarded me these profiles of these women like, oh, check this one out. I mean, I'm not even surprised. Like, some of these girls are like, like 10-point bullet list of what you have to cover before you message them. And if you message them before you read that, they'll like test you on it and go, hey, did you read my profile? I said not to message me unless you read this part. You obviously didn't read it, did you? You know, and it's like, wow, who wants to deal with that? What man in his right mind wants to deal with that? Why? There's no reason to. And this is why, specifically, I teach you guys to go for the 8s, 9s, and 10s who are under 30 years old, right? And even 30 is pushing it. I mean, late 20s is pushing it. You know, this is one of the main reasons is, you know, that you want to date younger women is because the younger woman you date, the less masculine she's going to be and the less of these crazy expectations she's going to have for you, right? And especially if you're looking to have a family one day, you don't want to hook up with a woman who's your own age. Say you're like 35 or 45. You don't want to hook up with a girl who's 35, 45 because that girl has already been tainted by all of the feminista propaganda, the blue pill media, right? She's already been tainted and you're just going to be in for a very, very exhausting, mentally, physically, spiritually exhausting life with this girl. Where it's better to just hook up with a younger girl and then you can just kind of build together and, you know, you could express your dominant frame like I teach you how to do in many of my coaching videos. And you can build more of a quality relationship with that younger girl just for the simple fact that she hasn't been manipulated yet mentally by, again, the mainstream media. She hasn't been single so long to the point where she's beginning to hate men. She's beginning to get resentful of all those players who slept with her and left her, all those players who took advantage of her. She's not there yet, where a lot of these women who are over 30 are. That's why I call them the DG. They've just slept around way too much. They've been, you know, brainwashed way too much, and they've lost their ability to just act feminine. Right? So with this female matchmaker, I definitely feel her on what she's talking about with single women, especially over 30, that they'll be like a 4 in looks, right? They'll be a 4 in looks and then they'll act like a 9. They'll expect to get the same type of man that a 9 could get, right? This is why we call them 49ers. Remember that term I taught you guys. 49ers, right? Girl who's a 4 acts like a 9. We call those 49ers. And I'm not talking about the football team. 49ers. So you have a lot of these 49ers out there, especially on these dating apps, expecting this crazy high-value Chad that they used to bang in their 20s to still be interested in them. And that's just not how it works, right? You had your opportunity with that Chad. You didn't take it. You wanted to ride the carousel. You wanted more Chads. And now the party's over, but you still want that level of man. And when you don't get that level of man and you settle for the beta provisioner, like 99% of the damaged women do over 30, they settle for that beta provisioner. They spend the rest of their lives basically poison dripping their man, that beta provisioner, the guy who has settled for her. They spend their entire lives just poison dripping him, berating him, trash talking him behind his back to her family, to her friends, because he's not that Chad. He's not that alpha guy that she used to get, that she can no longer get, because she knows herself that, you know, she settled. She had to settle because that's all she could get now. And now she's mad at men. She's mad at men because those same alpha Chads that she was banging back in the day, even though that they're her age, are now going for girls who are 10 years younger than her. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. And she's resentful for that. So a lot of these women, they cling on to those delusional expectations that they have for men in dating, relationships, LTRs, marriages, when there's not an equal exchange of value going on. What have I taught you guys? It's like, dude, there has to be an equal exchange of value. The reason why older men, especially men my own age, especially guys who are successful, go for women who are half their age is A, not only because we can, but B, because there's a fair exchange in transactional value there, right? It's like, hey, you know what I'm bringing to the table? I'm bringing my life experience, my lifetime of knowledge, you know, my my financial stability, because as you get older, you become more financially stable. Some of you guys might even have your own house at this point. You might have your own condo. You're totally in a good place. So going for a younger girl in her 20s, there is more of an equal exchange of value. And this is why a lot of younger girls date men who are much older. At least the smarter ones do, right? They date men who are much older because they understand that transactional value. You know, what are you getting out of this? You know, what you're getting out of this, you know, obviously a girl who is much younger is going to be way hotter, way tighter. She's going to give you social value. She's going to give you social proof. She's going to be great arm candy. She's going to be way more feminine, less feminized, be way more submissive also. Just for, again, for the fact that she hasn't been inundated with all of this brainwashing from the mainstream. You're going to get that equal level of transactional value. Will she have your life experience at 22? No, of course not. Will she have your financial stability at 22? No, probably not, right? Unless she's like some celebrity singer or actress or something like that. But she's not going to have your same financial status or social value that you do as a man in your 40s or your 50s. Okay, so there's going to be an even transactional value. The problem is you get women who are in their 40s and 50s expecting that same type of high value guy. Basically a guy their own age, which is fair, right? They want a guy their own age. Yet they don't really bring anything to the table because she's not bringing her looks to the table anymore because those have declined, right? She might still be attractive if she's a former hottie, but she doesn't have that anymore. You could get a girl who's way hotter than her and way younger than her. Really, her looks are inconsequential. She's bringing to the table what? Her mouth, her job, her career. You know, guys don't care about that stuff. We don't care. We don't care about your job. We don't care that you climbed the corporate ladder. We don't care about that stuff. All we care about is how hot you look, right? If we're actually physically attracted to you. That's really all we care about. And then beyond that, obviously, we want you to have a great personality. We want you to be fun to hang out with. But that's secondary. I mean, most men out there are not looking to hook up and settle down, marry a cougar or a cheetah or a jaguar, whatever they call them, right? Older woman, especially a woman with kids. And you guys see on these dating apps, you have a ton of single moms on these dating apps expecting this high value guy when she's got 3 kids from 3 different fathers. She's expecting you to come in there and just bypass your own sexual marketplace value, just sacrifice the fact that you could get younger, hotter, better looking women who don't have kids and commit yourself to her. That's just not reality. That's not how the world works. And this is often why I encourage women to settle down early, right? I encourage you to settle down early because if you don't, the longer you stay single, the harder it's going to be for you to actually find a man that you don't feel you're settling with, right? Where there's that, you have some transactional value. And the highest transactional value you're ever going to have as a woman is going to be when you're in your 20s, your early 20s, your late teens. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just the way the world works. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Yeah, this female matchmaker, she's just not wanting to work with women anymore for this very reason. That it's just like, you can't, you know, you just can't get through to these women that, hey, girl, you know what? You're 45. You're a single mom. You have kids out of wedlock from different fathers. You've been divorced twice. What makes you think that this high value guy who doesn't have any kids, never been married, crushing it out there, has a successful business, is going to want to settle for you? No, right? Because again, there's no transactional value there. And she's right. I mean, women these days, especially because of social media, right? Social media has really inflated the egos of so many women out there. And unfortunately, mostly older women. Mostly older women have gotten just insanely inflated egos by all these thirsty betas who like their photos, like heart all of their selfies, drop all of these comments. If any guys come in and try to throw shade, they like jump in there and, you know, start playing Captain Save-A-Ho. So their egos and their perception of their own value has inflated to the point where it's just completely unrealistic and delusional. It's like, girl, you understand you're 45. You're not 25 anymore. You don't look like that anymore. You did at one point, I'll give you that. You did at one point, but you didn't cash in your chips. Okay, you didn't cash in your chips. Whose fault is that? Okay, you can't go out there expecting to get the same level of guys you did back when you were super hot, you know, at 45 years old. Even if you're still attractive, you'll still get men. Most of those men, by the way, who are still paying attention to you just want to sleep with you. They just want to have sex with you. They just see you as low-hanging fruit. Right? But none of those guys will settle. Especially if they have a life going on, if they're high value, if they're going places. Those guys are smart. They're not going to settle. There's a reason why they're crushing it out there. It's because they're smart. They're clever. They're not going to just sacrifice and throw their lives away for some 45-year-old single mother with kids out of wedlock that's been divorced, that is a few pounds overweight now and is starting to get, you know, wrinkles and starting to get a little bit of that turkey neck, and, you know, most guys don't want that. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say for today's coaching video. I just wanted to cover the fact that I thought it was funny that a female dating coach, a female matchmaker, has decided to quit helping women, just claiming that their expectations are just impossible to be fulfilled. So, feel free to drop your comments below. As always, I love to hear them, guys. Let me know what you think about this topic, about this woman deciding that she's had enough of helping women. I just can't work with them. Can't work with them. Let me know your thoughts below. Again, I will include the link for her YouTube video where she did this rant down in my comments. I'll put it under my my first comment. So I usually pin my comment at the top, and I'll include that link below. So look for it there. I just clicked on the video now. It looks like she changed the title a little bit, because this video somewhat went viral, and she got about almost 1.5 million views on this video. 1.5 million views. She has 67,000 likes and only 1.6 thousand dislikes, and I guarantee those 1,600 dislikes are coming from women, single women over 30, the DG, that they just don't want to hear it, right? Women hate the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They attack the messenger, and I kind of went through her comments, and clearly they attacked her, right? Oh, girl, well, look at your hair, girl. Maybe you don't know what you're talking about. They're childish, so they go after the little 7th grade playground attacks on your character, and I mean, not on your character, but on your physical appearance or what she's wearing, versus the actual argument that she's making. These women, they can't argue it, so they go to the personal attacks. No different than on my channel. They do the same thing, and it's hilarious to see them do the same thing with this woman. But this video has, like I said, almost 1.5 million views, 67,000 likes to 1.6 thousand dislikes. Looks like she changed the title a bit, and I don't blame her, because she was probably getting a lot of hate. She's probably getting a lot of hate. And she's a black woman, so you know what? She's probably getting a lot of hate from black women. So drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. And as always, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out here with my brand new Alienware laptop, which I love. Just got this laptop too, by the way, guys. It's phenomenal. And this is the latest Alienware laptop. It's the fastest one. It pretty much costs as much as a used car, which is insane. I mean, this laptop went for like $4 grand, almost $5 grand with everything I loaded it up with. Fortunately, I got a pretty good deal with all the rebates and discounts that Dell had for their Alienware laptops. I love this computer. It's super fast, but yeah, anyway. So, regardless, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified not only whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube, but also whenever I live stream on YouTube. Okay? That's why you want to make sure you're notified, because whenever I live stream, I don't really announce it, I just go live. So if you're notified, you'll find out right away. You'll get on your cell phone like, M is going live, baby. I gotta jump on. And then you'll get to ask questions. So make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And obviously, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, they don't like promoting this type of content. They just don't. So I need your help by subscribing to my channel. It helps me out a ton, and I would very much appreciate it. And for you guys who want to support all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s under the age of 30. 8s, 9s, and 10s, the hottest and most attractive looking women out there. Same type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching, closing every single week. And I kid you not, every single week we make this happen regardless of what virus is going on, any racial division, any new president coming into the White House, right? We are making things happen, and we're continuing to grind and live our lives and pick up the hottest women out there. And this is the absolute best way to support my work. And right now, the first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lesson from me. So take advantage of it. This is $1 for the entire first month. And all you need to do, real easy to get signed up, just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Peace. I'm out. Just like a rap video.